Hello guys, welcome back to the Role Players Realm. It's been a while. I was torn between whether to do more Diablo 3 or whether to do Dragon Age Inquisition, and decided to go with Inquisition. First things first, I gotta import any save data and look for what character I'm gonna be. I already did a Canary, was a bit disappointed with it. So I think this time around I'm gonna be a human. I've already beaten the game once before. And I played a mage previously, and I did toy around a little bit with dual wielding and two-handed weapon, but I think archery is always going to be the way to go for me. I also tried to do a nightmare run, which turned out pretty bad. So what I'll probably do is just play through this on normal. Cause why? Oh, I don't know. Yes, import my world state. Basically what the world state is, it lets you import your data from previous Dragon Age games that might have been played on systems that you don't own or have access to. Oh, and also, this is being played on the PS3 version. Originally I wasn't going to play this because I thought it looks pretty bad. It is a terrible port of the game. But after talking with some people, they were like, you should do a playthrough just for educational purposes. So here's the editing. I'm probably just going to cut a bit till I get to what I want, because this can take a while. You can edit almost every aspect. So, little cut here. Alright, I finally decided on going with Silas. This is typically what I like to go with. I tend to favor the white hair and the more tribal makeup. I tried to go with as dark red as I could to make it kind of look like blood. I don't know, I kind of like that sort of like tribal or Celtic look. That's just me. But yeah, this is the PS3 version. Originally, I wasn't going to do a playthrough of this because it looks like such a bad port. But some people were like, you should do a playthrough anyways. Just that way people can see just how bad of a job they did on porting this version. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. This isn't going to be a complete playthrough though. What I mean by that is, basically, I'm only going to do the main storyline stuff. I'm going to cut out a lot of everything, just focus on the main quests. So hopefully we'll get through it a lot sooner. I know I've been seeing some other people's playthroughs and they do each individual thing, like little by little. And that's cool, but for this version of the game, seeing as how I see it's inferior, I think that'd be a waste of time on everybody's part. And yes, and there was a cut there. I'm going to try to do as much cutting and editing as possible because there is a lot of load times for the PS3 version and the Xbox 360 version. Especially load times that are unnecessary. Well, unnecessarily long. I just got out of the breach, I was captured, and Silas was taken into custody. For those of you who don't know, Silas is a old persona name I had when I first started tabletopping and LARPing and stuff, but besides the point.
Tell me why we shouldn't kill you now. The Conclave is destroyed. Everyone who attended is dead, except for you.
I will go with the strong silent type.
Explain this.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I don't know what that is, or how it got there.
You're lying!
We need him.
Cassandra's so quick to temper. So quick to temper, so quick to anger. What now?
So what happens now?
Do you remember what happened? How this began?
I remember running. Things were chasing me, and then
A woman.
a woman.
A woman?
She reached out to me, but then
Go to the Ford Camp, Liliana. I will take him to the rift.
I think that's a major complaint I have with the storyline. it kind of throws you in there, but
It
in a bad way. You find out later that you were part of a
Easy
mercenary
assumption.
company that was hired to go to the Conclave to help keep peace, I believe. But it kind of, like, it gives you enough of a blank slate to work with, but it's also kind of like, oh yeah, that's a thing that happened. I don't know, I would have liked more background with that. Kind of like they did in Origins, but I guess anything can be compared to Origins. And here we have a look at the
We call it
breach.
the
Torn in
breach.
the sky.
It's a massive rift into the world of demons that grows larger with each passing hour. It's not the only such rift, just the largest. All were caused by the explosion at the Conclave.
An explosion can do that?
This one did. Unless we act, the breach may grow until it swallows the world.
So now we see there is a connection between the breach and the mark that we got, which
Each
was kind of
time
obvious, seeing as how they're
you
both green.
Your mark spreads, and it is killing you. It may be the key to stopping this, but there isn't much time.
Alright, let's investigate into this. How could we
You
stop
say
it?
it may be the key. To doing what?
Closing the breach. Whether that's possible is something we shall discover shortly. It is our only chance, however. And yours.
You still think I'm guilty?
Still think I did this? To myself?
Not intentionally. Something clearly went wrong.
And if I'm not responsible?
Someone is, and you are our only suspect. You wish to prove your innocence? This is the only way.
If I can help, I will.
I understand.
Then
I'll do what I can. Whatever it takes.
I think I'm going to play Silas, for the most part, a good rogue. I say that loosely. Basically a good character, but also like very stern and very kind of an asshole too. Like I guess chaotic good would be the best way to go. Boy, look at that. Look at those textures. That's pretty bad.
Head of the chantry. The conclave was hers.
Oh, and you just kind of disappeared there, Cassandra.
It was a chance for peace between mages and
Man,
Templars.
this port disappoints me so much because
She
it is
brought
so
them
rushed. And
together.
I expected
Now they are
low
dead.
textures and stuff, but it just feels so rushed. They're like, yeah, let's just get it out there.
But we
Let's
must
just get it out there because we're
beyond
going to focus on the
ourselves.
PS4 and the Xbox One versions.
Until the breach
That
is
upsets me
sealed.
so much. It's like, if you're going to announce it for last-gen consoles, that's fine. But I would have rather them
There
had
will
it be a
be a time.
PS4 exclusive.
I can promise no more. Come. It is
And
not far.
just leave out the inferior ports. Because for someone who doesn't know what they're getting into, they're going to see this and be like, oh, that's kind of gross.
Your mark must be tested on something
Did a little
smaller
cut
than
there
the breach.
to cut out the long loading times. It's the first time we get to run around. I'm doing the search
Open
function,
the gate. We are heading into the
which is that little sort of dome you see emanating out from Silas. Usually kind of gives you detection on the lower map, more or less so you can kind of tell, okay, what's going on and where is it not going on. You can kind of see hidden things, and I think it also helps with detection of enemies. I'm not sure on that. Ah, that looks painful.
The pulses are coming faster now. The larger the breach grows,
That seemed like an
the more
unnecessary
rifts
cut to
appear,
me.
the more demons we face.
How did I survive the blast?
They said you stepped out of a rift, then fell unconscious.
Fell
They
unconscious.
say a woman was in the rift behind you.
I bet that was Andraste. But, oh. That is the thing that happened and we fell down. And look at that ice texturing. I'm probably not going to try to razz on the texturing too much because I know, like I said, it's done for last
Stay
gen.
behind me.
Oh, right here you can see off to the left or right of your character. the weapon that you choose according to how you choose to make your character. Since I went with an archer, there's a bow. If you go with a mage, there's a staff. If you go with two-handed, obviously it'll be two-handed weapon, and so forth. Here we get our first taste of combat. And a lot of people like to do the, what's it called, tactical viewing. I actually enjoyed how things were done from Dragon Age 2 with the active time combat. That's just me, but it seems more real.
It's over.
Drop your weapon. Now!
Alright, I'll disarm.
All right. Have it your way.
Wait. I cannot protect you. And I cannot expect you to be defenseless.
That's right. I like that pixelation on the blood. That's pretty... The blood splattering looked better in Dragon Age 2. Personal opinion, of course.
Take these potions. Maker knows what we will
Okay,
face.
I don't think anything was dropped over here.
Where are all your soldiers?
At the forward camp or fighting.
That's up there, so
We
I'll
are
have to
on
get
our
that
own
later.
for now.
On the way for doing a quest, I will try to get everything I can that I am aware of that's on the main area, main pathway, and so forth. But like I said, I'll cut down a lot of the extra stuff, like doing the little filler side quests and stuff. I probably put in,
If we flank them, we may gain the
whenever I meet new characters, like introductions, and I'll try to put in as much like character development stuff as possible. But mainly just focus on the main storyline elements. As I stated before, my previous playthrough, I was a female Kunari mage, which I was actually interested in playing, but then I was disappointed because you're not really playing a Kunari, you're playing a Talbashoth, which isn't bad. I just wanted to learn more about the Kunari culture, so I was a bit disappointed there. Fruit. And some gold. You definitely want to look everywhere and get as many resources as you can, be they minerals or herbs or whatever the case may be. Herbs or herbs, depending on what you prefer.
Up on the hill.
Because it'll help you in the long run, especially when you got to upgrade your stuff. Okay, ow. That wraith is now annoying me. Oh, there you go. Lock onto the wraith. Okay, I think we got him. Unless we would just soon run up the stairs. I will not, 'cause I think there were some goodies over here. Yeah, here we go. There is some more coinage and some more elf root. I'd also like to comment on the soundtrack. I really enjoy it. It seems very orchestral. I think that's the word. Very reminiscent to what they did in Skyrim, but I don't know. I'm not a big Skyrim guy myself. I guess it's because I prefer characters as opposed to being the one guy who's just in it to win it. There you go. I was gonna say Cassandra needs to keep him off me. I'm just an archer. I tried to do a melee run, but I was actually very disappointed with that. I don't know, maybe it's just the targeting. Something about it I couldn't get into. Maybe it's because I went too dual wielding. I don't know. Of course, the Wraith singles me out. There we go. I love the fact that you can walk and shoot, which is actually something that's very hard to do in real life. Both in LARP situations and in true archery. As I have done both in my life. But for the purposes of video games, it's entirely fun. It allows you to advance while the enemies are busy, as well as you can also move back while shooting, so that's cool. That was one thing I really liked.
You can hear the fighting.
Who's fighting?
You'll see soon. We must help them.
That's the broken bridge, so we'll just go straight ahead towards the fighting. I also think that difficulty is one thing that's very odd in this game. Unless you know what you're getting into, you can get overwhelmed very easily. Oh. Haha, it's Varric.
Quickly, before more come through.
Okay. Wow, that's some popping stuff there.
What did you do?
I did nothing. The credit is yours.
So I can help.
At least this is good for something.
Whatever magic opened the breach in the sky also placed that mark upon your hand. I theorized the mark might be able to close the rifts that have opened in the breach's wake. And it seems I was correct.
Meaning it could also close the breach itself.
Possibly. It seems you hold the key to our salvation.
Good to know. Here I thought we'd be ass deep in demons forever.
Ass deep in demons.
Varric Tethras, rogue, storyteller, and occasionally unwelcome tag-along.
I really dislike the facial hair and the eyelashes.
Was that a serious question?
Technically, I'm a prisoner, just like you.
I brought you here to tell your story to the divine. Clearly, that is no longer necessary.
Yet, here I am. Lucky for you, considering current events.
Nice crossbow.
That's a nice crossbow you have there.
Ah, isn't she? Bianca and I have been through a lot together.
You named your crossbow Bianca?
Of course. And she'll be great company in the valley.
Absolutely not. Your help is appreciated, Varric, but...
Have you been in the valley lately, Seeker? Your soldiers aren't in control anymore. You need me.
Ugh.
My name is Solus, if there are to be introductions. I am pleased to see you still live.
He means I kept
Pleased
that
to
mark
see
from
you still
killing
live.
you while you slept.
You know about the mark?
You seem to know a great deal about it all.
Solus is an apostate, well versed in such matters.
Technically, all mages are now apostates, Cassandra. My travels have allowed me to learn much of the Fade, far beyond the experience of any circle mage. I came to offer whatever help I can give with the breach. If it is not closed, we are all doomed regardless of origin.
That's commendable.
That's a commendable attitude.
Merely a sensible one. Although sense appears to be in short supply right now. Cassandra, you should know, the magic involved here is unlike any I have seen. Your prisoner is no mage. Indeed, I find it difficult to imagine any mage having such power.
Understood. We must get to the forward camp quickly.
Well,
Indeed.
Bianca's excited.
I imagine she would be. Right. Before we just go rushing off, we always gotta search everything.
This way.
Because there's goodies here. Or Ferelden Army longbow.
We must move quickly.
I think there's some gold over here. Yep. Alright then. This is also the first Dragon Age game that implemented jumping. So I guess they felt the need to put in that as part of the little tutorial entry thing. Down here's some more goodies. That is one thing I don't like about this key mapping. I wish I could change it. The loot key is the same key as the jump key. So sometimes if you're not saying it in exactly the right place, and Varric just took off, exactly the right place, you'll jump instead of picking up what you mean to pick up. Let's see if that bow that I got is any better. See, Ferelden Army longbow. Nope. Go up to the Ferelden Army. It's slightly better, so yeah, I'll be using that. And armor. I will be wearing that scout hat. Even though I have hats currently disabled, nah, but you can stay with what you got. I have the hats currently disabled, or the helmets disabled, the head slot, just because I think it looks goofy on the characters, but I do enjoy the bonuses associated therein. Go invisible. And boom. Okay, I hate this part because it kind of forces you to go into tactical mode. It's like, do this to do that, but I always try to get out of it as soon as possible. I don't know, tactical mode seems like an afterthought to me. I know a lot of people that really enjoyed it. I think from what I've seen with GamerMD, she uses tactical mode a lot. I just like things to flow naturally. I like for it to feel like you're actually in the battle. Come on, Cass. There you go. Good girl. Alright, what goodies are close by? There we go, here's an elf root. And there's a wraith. Can you take it out with one shot? Boom shakalaka. Let's go check out this burning house. See some loot there. More coinage. Some more coinage in aquamarine, that's just loot to sell. And more coinage there. Sometimes randomly, like, you'll get stuck on something and it'll stop you, like, your full momentum. And instead of being, I don't know, it just kind of stops you on a dime. It seems odd, out of place. It does the same thing when you're going up hills, too. Okay, I'm supposed to be going the other way, towards where that blinking, sort of like, comic explosion area is. But up here is, I don't know, I think it's a funny little Easter egg. Go invisible right here. And as we go up, we have two shades and a greater shade kind of warming themselves by the fire. I don't know, I think it's funny. I like little little Easter eggs or gimmick things that they put in. Even though you could probably say that they appeared there to attack the bodies that we're going to see earlier, but it's like, why do they stay there just warming themselves by the fire in the chilly norths of Haven? Good on you. Some loot there. Iron and a life ward amulet. I think I should probably equip that now. Yeah. Boss is coming up, and life ward amulet, basically what it does is if I drop, I believe it'll bring me back with a certain percentage of health.
Accent. I'm from Kirkwall, but you're from further east, maybe?
See, this is what sucks. Like, Varric's asking me something, but I can't. Like, it doesn't let me respond to it. So,
There's no point in asking, Varric.
I don't know, that kind of pisses me off. I can think of at least 2 or 3 situations where that's happened, where I possibly could have changed the outcome of things, but it just didn't let me select the menus. And that annoyed me so bad.
So, are you innocent?
I don't remember what happened.
Okay, see, up here there is some goodies with loot and some iron right there.
That's what you would have done.
It's more believable and less prone to result in premature execution.
Premature executions. Oh, there you go. Some more elf fruit. I didn't even see that one before. More demons. Of course, there's always demons. Go invisible, and I will focus on, see, the Wraith first. The ranged attacks seem to fuck up my party faster than anything else. Oh, there's another Wraith there. I didn't see that one. 2. Oh, come on, get that. Okay, thank you. I think Cassandra did her taunt, so it got off me. Either that or it locked onto Solus. There we go. That's the taunt that kind of drags it towards him. Or towards her. It aggroes onto her. To use an MMO term. Loot there.
I hope Liliana makes
Shadow
it
Essence.
She's resourceful, Seeker.
We will see for ourselves at the forward camp. We're almost there.
I feel so conflicted with this game because it's like in a lot of ways they paid a lot of attention to detail, but then for this particular port it seems like they just like slapped it on there and be like, sir, it doesn't work very well. It doesn't matter, they're paying for it, aren't they? Just stick it out there, we'll fix it with DLC. There's been at least 2 updates since I first got it, so.
We must seal it! Quickly! They keep coming! Help us!
Ow, ow, ow. See, when you kill the demons and they're close to the rift, their essence kind of goes and zooms back inside.
Use the mark!
Closing our very first rift on our own. Did it. Level up. Press start to level up. I believe I shall. All these tutorial things are annoying. I think I can disable them. I'll see if I can do that. Okay, I want to go to the archery skill tree. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Jeez. Okay, first things first, I want to get first blood, which will give me a damage bonus, and explosive shot. That's usually how I go. I like explosive shot because it can
The rift is gone.
move into chain reaction that'll affect multiple enemies. Well, explosive shot by itself will affect multiple enemies,
Whatever that thing on your
but
hand
only if they're
is,
close
it's
by.
useful.
Oh, also right here, this is the supply crate. You'll see these around the area. This is how you refill your potions, which I'm also mixed on that.
Here they come.
You made it. Chancellor Roderick, this is...
I know who he is. As Grand Chancellor of the Chantry, I hereby order you to take this criminal to Val Royeaux to face execution.
Order me? You are a glorified clerk, a bureaucrat.
And you are a thug, but a thug who supposedly serves the Chantry.
We serve the most holy, Chancellor. As you well know.
Justinia is dead. We must elect a replacement and obey her orders on the matter.
So no one's in charge here.
So none of you are actually in charge here.
You killed everyone who was in charge.
Touche.
Call a retreat, Seeker. Our position here is hopeless.
We can stop this before it's too late.
How? You won't survive long enough to reach the temple, even with all your soldiers.
We must get to the temple. It's the quickest route.
But not the safest. Our forces can charge as a distraction while we go through the mountains.
Going through the mountains.
We lost
I did that
one
last
with an
time.
entire squad on that path.
I'm
It's
gonna try to do the
serious.
exact opposite with this playthrough of what I did with my other playthrough.
Before more
Well, within reason. I still want to go the good route. I'm a Boy Scout at the end of the day, so.
How do you think we should proceed?
You're asking my opinion?
Now you're asking me what I think.
You have the mark?
And you are the one we must keep alive. Since we cannot agree on our own,
Okay, I took the mountain path last time, so this time I am going to charge with the soldiers. So it'll be something completely new for me.
I say we charge. I won't survive long enough for your trial. Whatever happens, happens now.
Liliana, bring everyone left in the valley. Everyone.
on your head be the consequences, Seeker.
I will put a little cut here because I think it's running on long enough, and when we come back together we shall venture up the mountain, and it'll be a new experience for me too. So first reactions, hooray.